Good evening, everybody. Brian Newbert here from GoldandBlack.com. One more time today with a GoldandBlack.com postcard live from Nassau, Bahamas, before Purdue plays Texas Tech. The trickling piano here is inescapable. It's everywhere. Hey, thank you to the East End Grill and Ripple and Company. I just had an excellent Thai dinner, Thai. Some of the best food you will get in Lafayette and West Lafayette. The general vicinity would be at East End Grill and Ripple and Company. What that has to do with anything, I don't know. But I'm running out of transition opportunities with our sponsor shout-outs in these things. So, hey, Purdue plays Texas Tech here in a few minutes or a few hours. I've been sitting here for 5-6 hours, it seems like already. It is going to be a long night, and that's kind of the nature of these events. And I think competitively for the teams involved, part of the challenge is you play a night game one night and then you prepare like during the day the next day before your game, and then you play again the next night. And in some cases you might get the same refs. That's going to be Purdue's case largely tonight against Texas Tech after they had their issues with the crew in the Memphis game last night. I think 2 of the 3 are going to be the same. Does it matter? I don't know. But what Purdue has to get better at from what it was last night is it has to, and it's easy to say from the outside. It's hard as hell when you're involved, I'd have to imagine, is they got to play through it. I mean, Purdue is going to be one of those teams where people are going to try to get physical with them. People are going to play really hard against them because they're number 1 in the country. The whistles aren't always going to go their way. Trey Coppin-Moran is going to, again, deal with a ton of contact, as he did last year. It didn't always go great for him from a dealing with bad calls or missed calls perspective. He has to, kind of maintain his composure. Purdue has great experience. They have great upperclassmen. But part of having great experience and having great upperclassmen is having poise when you need poise. And I think that Purdue's poise last night, as we litigated in depth after the game, sort of lapsed. Part of it was frustration with the officiating, looking back at the refs every time. You thought there was a foul, things like that. Purdue's got to play through some things. This is how their season's going to be, because Memphis tried to turn that into a rock fight last night, succeeded, and brought Purdue down to its level. And I'm not saying that to mock Memphis or belittle Memphis, but that's what Purdue's going to deal with this year, because that's going to be people's best chance to win. And what do you think Northwestern's going to try to do? What do you think Rutgers is going to try to do? So Purdue has to get used to this kind of thing. These games are going to be really physical. The referees aren't always going to be in the bag for you. Last year, Purdue got a really rough whistle all year long. Trey Coppin-Moran in particular. Fletcher Lawyer still gets fouled, shooting jumpers all the time, doesn't get calls. But they've just got to play through it. It's inexplicable. Trey Coppin-Moran has shot 4 free throws in however many games he's played now. 3 games, I think. And for the most physical, front court, or one of the most physical front court scorers in college basketball, for that to be the case is a continuation of the complete oddity that was his complicated relationship with the officiating last season. I really would love to cover a season where the officiating is in front and center as part of the story after every game. But Purdue plays through the post a lot, and college basketball officiating has no idea what to do with post scores. We're physical, and I wish the whole topic would just go away. I could do my part by not bringing it up, but I think outcomes of games are directly linked oftentimes to the officiating, and I think it probably should be talked about more. I think there should be more transparency in it, so on and so forth. But the easy solution in the short term is Purdue's got to do a better job when things aren't going its way, not losing its composure. I thought Purdue took bad shots last night, which is very uncharacteristic. One thing Purdue has been tremendous at for a long time now is not taking bad shots. but I think they did that yesterday. I think obviously the technical foul on Trey Kaufman-Renn added to his foul trouble, which factored into the game. Was part of the reason Purdue couldn't get away from Memphis for 35 out of the 40 minutes, however you would pinpoint the precise moment that they pulled away and stayed pulled away. But anyway, Purdue has a chance here to prove its mettle and its composure tonight. Texas Tech will be physical too. This is a really good opponent. JT Toppin is going to be maybe the best player Purdue sees all season, and one who aligns with some of the areas where Purdue's been deficient. They're going to have to be physical without fouling. They're going to have to keep him off the offensive glass. They're going to have to keep him off the rim. And if the calls don't go their way, they're going to have to just play through it. So that's what I got. I will have full coverage after this game. I do have a relatively early flight out tomorrow. I am currently operating on about 4 hours of sleep. So there's going to be some definite fear and loathing elements to my coverage and my correspondence from here on out during this trip. So be ready for anything when I come back and talk to you after the game. So thank you to the East End Grill and Rippling Company for your continued support of our endeavor at GoldandBlack.com. Please go to our website. Please consider subscribing. I don't like to beg, but I am just urging you to keep in mind that if you're watching this dribble, chances are you'd be pretty interested in everything we have on our site. So stay tuned tonight for full coverage at GoldandBlack.com from Purdue's meeting with number 15 Texas Tech. Should be a good one. Thanks, everybody.